Happy Wednesday night.
Wednesday night at the Hickory Tavern.
Time for your virtual bar visit with John. Kotrides.
We know what keeps you going. And we work harder to protect it. This is
Who's the first one in? Is it Kristen? Is it Wirehead? Is it JTR? Is it Val's Black Cats? Kiwi? Is it anybody? Danny, what's going on? Scales is in the house. Welcome to Wednesday. It's still Wednesday, right? Wednesday night. Wednesday night all night long. I can't believe how fast it died out here. Jimmy, we were busy, and then it just died.
Abracadabra.
Everybody all at once, and then everybody left all at once. People sitting at the bar when there were still plates there, and they're like, excuse me, could you clear these plates?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, sure,
Nothing
give me just I'm not doing anything.
Oh, the whole bar was packed?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Give me some
When I was
booze.
in
What's
here
going on,
yesterday,
Pittsburgh?
there was nobody at the bar.
I know. No, it was packed at the bar. You look at what kind of booze you're looking for. Go ahead and order a virtual drink, and I'll go out of my way to make it special.
They want the booze.
So what's going on this week? Let's see. Today is the 39th anniversary of the release of Back to the Future. No, I lied.
All right.
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris.
It was 40 years for Back to the Future. That was earlier in the month.
Right.
It is 40 years for the Goonies. Colorado Bulldog is always your thing. What's a Colorado Bulldog? I don't think I know that drink.
Let's find out. The Colorado Bulldog is...
I don't know what a Colorado Bulldog is. That's interesting.
A Colorado Bulldog is...
Kamikaze I can do. Vodka triple second lime juice. The Kamikaze. Dude, I can't believe... So here's what I thought about Ferris Bueller that blows my mind, and my buddy Manny and I were talking about it. When we were kids in 1986, watching Ferris Bueller, right? Today, to kids that are young, Ferris Bueller was 39 years ago. So it would have been like us in 1986, watching something from 1947. Ferris Bueller's Day Off to these kids would have been like the 1940s to us.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
That's a no-go.
You ready? So a Colorado Bulldog. This is actually
Colorado
really
Bulldog.
good.
Let's
Sounds
hear it.
really good. Vodka,
Vodka,
Kahlua, heavy cream,
so it's a White Russian.
and Coke.
It's a White Russian with Coke. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't gamble. All I want to do in my life is play electric guitar. All right, well, that's
That
fair.
works. Okay. We all have our vice.
3 days, the movie Daryl hits 40 years old. I've never seen Daryl. D-A-R-Y-L.
That's the
the
spaceship
blonde
one.
It's that.
Right?
Spaceship one.
Peppermint rum chata, I can do that. A little bit of coffee.
Oh, Daryl was that girl's like snake. The girl was like,
Wedgie sufferers suffer in silence. I never suffered in silence. That was part of, what did they call that? Freshman Friday for me. Manny, when you were a kid, did they do Freshman Friday at
Yes,
school, in high school,
100%.
Jimmy?
100%.
Teachers didn't stop it either.
No.
Textbook bullying.
Yeah.
Swirlies and wedgies, and we had a pool in our school.
Swirlies?
We would get tossed into the pool.
Somebody threw eggs at me on the bus and just missed me.
Yeah, Freshman Friday, the big move in us, because we had a big pool in our school.
Yeah.
They would take the freshmen, they would just toss them into the pool.
That's pretty good.
Fully clothed.
I was playing football, and they made us do push-ups in the middle of the street.
Who did?
The seniors.
It was school-sanctioned bullying.
Yeah, we lived in an urban. We lived in the city.
We lived in the country, but still.
I was in the city.
Yeah, boys will be boys, but I'm telling you, it wasn't just the boys. The girls were vicious. The girls were absolutely vicious to the other girls on Freshman Friday. I know about the freshman 15. Yeah, well, that was college.
That was college. Freshman
That was
15.
college. This is freshman in high school. But no, I remember on Freshman Friday, the girls would be absolutely vicious to the incoming freshman girls. And that's the one time popularity worked against you. The more popular you were, the worse you got it on Freshman Friday because
did.
it was like hazing.
I got one.
It was like
good
an
one, that was it.
initiation.
I got one good one. That was
Yep, if you were like on a sports team, if you were on the soccer team came after you. It still was there.
it. They put the garbage can on my head and beat the fuck out of the garbage can.
What's going on, Kiwi? It was a busy night at the bar, but now it's quieted down, and I figured, well, what the heck? We'll go live and we'll talk about some stuff. You tried to be invisible. I don't know. I didn't mind Freshman Friday. It kind of, the fact that the seniors went out of their way to find me, when I heard them saying, where's Kotrides? It made you feel like, all right, you know.
No, you exist.
You exist.
You exist. You're on the board.
In a stupid way, we actually kind of liked the attention.
The kids with the huge backpacks just trying to run for their lives after school.
We didn't have backpacks.
Oh, no. We had
Did
backpacks.
you have backpacks in
We had
school?
backpacks.
Backpacks was a college thing for me. I never had a backpack in high school. We'd go to our lockers between classes, and the boys carried the book under their arms, and the girls would carry them in front.
Yeah, there's one kid, man, Johnny Pants. That tells you all you got to know.
What's my favorite drink to drink or to make? My favorite drink to make is any beer I can pour. I've been doing this too long to enjoy mixing complicated cocktails.
I like making old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned's
I like making
okay.
old-fashioned.
Yeah.
It's an aromatic drink.
Yeah, I had JanSport was the big backpack in college, and I remember getting my first one.
Yeah,
and you
JanSport.
never would wear them like this. It was always just one arm.
One hook, that's it.
This was the move here. This was not good. But favorites, so Ferris Bueller. I did a video today on how that movie couldn't be made today. Not because it's inappropriate, but because technology would make it impossible for Ferris Bueller to do what he did.
It's fine.
It's almost impossible for our kids to skip school now. The minute they say they're out, our app lets us know our kids aren't in school. If he was trying to be sick, there's some stupid app on someone's phone that would have known he wasn't really sick. He couldn't have taken the car. The father probably had it geo-tracked and would know that it was out.
Do you think about Ferris's character? Could he resist not posting on social media the day
And he
fucking
couldn't
had?
resist not posting on social
on,
media.
there's no way.
And if he did, then Sloan would have still done it.
Yeah.
Even if
And
Ferris didn't.
the parade scene alone. There's no way.
The Cubs game, they would have posted all that stuff. The cell phone to Pit Snipes, dude, exactly. It would have nailed it because it would have said exactly where it is. Life 360 would have got them. And I know some kids know how to do VPNs and get away around it and do all that stuff, but at the end of the day, you're still gonna get busted.
9 apps.
Yeah, Ferris would have gotten done by 9:30 for real. What about shows like The Greatest American Hero? I loved that show because it took the whole superhero thing. Do you remember that? Aliens came and gave him this superhero suit that he put on. And he got superhero powers when he wore the suit. But he lost the instructions. So he couldn't really know what he was doing. So he had to learn how to fly. And the first 6 or 7 episodes, he was always crashing into the ground. He didn't know how to land. He didn't know how to use his powers. It's a pretty good show.
Serious side effects may include pancreas inflammation.
What's going on, Roger? I hope you feel better, buddy. Cool kids didn't watch Goonies or Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Oh, I disagree, Catbird. I think it depends on where you were. And I got news for you. The cool kids are still watching it. How do I know? Because 150,000 of my friends here tell me, and about 800,000 of my friends on Facebook tell me. Robert Culp, yep. William Catt. Man from Atlantis was very cool. I remember that when I was really young. I was a really, really little kid for that. What's going on, Florida, man? Home Alone would never happen. But the thing is, it was believable because our parents, yes, Kevin was forgotten, but our parents intentionally left us home alone. So it made kind of sense. It wasn't past the realm of belief. Those movies worked then because it was believable that it could happen. I always say it's not that it was probable, but at least it was possible, just not probable.
My mother was on me like a dog.
I never got into the Miami Vice fashion scene. Did you ever? I didn't even do like the wicker shoes and stuff. I work at the Hickory Tavern in Fort Mill, South Carolina, 2 nights a week.
And on top of
Seinfeld parking garage episode is ruined by cell phones. Yeah.
that's fucking crazy.
William Cat did House. Oh, I think I kind of remember that. Well, yeah, movies was a thing growing up. Why wouldn't the cool kids see Back to the Future or the Goonies? That was the thing that we did on Friday night. We all went to the movie theater, and we had that section of the theater that we took, and we would go hang out. Sometimes we'd watch the movie, and if it wasn't great, we weren't really watching the movie. Kiwi, I think it's crazy that no matter where we are, that's true. You're in New Zealand. I was in Buffalo, New York, Rochester, New York. Still the same story. Even watching Seinfeld, which feels like it was 10 years ago, the early episodes of Seinfeld are pushing close to 40 years now. Favorite Batman would probably...
Oh, this is a tough one.
This is tough. My favorite Bruce Wayne was probably Michael Keaton. My favorite Batman, though, probably would have to be...
Adam West.
No, not the Batusi. Adam West was too goofy for me. I didn't know. I mean, Adam West was funny, but he wasn't Batman. You gotta understand, I read comic books as a kid. Batman was scary. Batman, put the fear of God into criminals. Adam West wasn't scaring anybody.
He danced though.
Dark Knight, I think, was probably the best Batman. I love Keaton, don't get me wrong. And Keaton changed our minds. When it came out that he was going to be Batman, we all went nuts.
He's a funny guy.
Nobody wanted him to be Batman. We're like, Mr. Mom is going to be Batman? But he made it work.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. I got to agree. But there's something cool about Keaton.
The best Joker was from the guy that died.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. And the best Penguin was Danny DeVito.
I agree.
Have you seen the new Penguin though?
I have, but Danny DeVito was just...
It's a different take.
Yeah, Danny DeVito's just gross at a whole new level.
Dude, he was fucking gross.
Disgusting.
Even fucking fish.
Danny DeVito is disgusting. What's going on, Roger?
But the original fucking Penguin was
Burgess
Mickey.
Meredith.
Fucking Mickey.
Burgess Meredith, Mickey from Rocky.
That gets points right there.
He always made the sounds. Burgess Meredith was Penguin. Cesar Romero was Joker. Can I do the trifecta? Catwoman was
yes.
Eartha Kitt.
I think so.
That was one of them, and then there was a second one too. I can't believe I remember those three though.
Cesar Romero, yeah, 100%.
Cesar Romero, the funniest part is, if you ever watch the old Batman, he wouldn't shave off his mustache. And the Joker obviously doesn't have a mustache, so they would just cake makeup over it and try to hide it. And if you look, you can see that it's there. But he's like, I'm not shaving off my mustache for the part. I won't do it. I just won't take the part. And they want him for the part, so they just try to put makeup over it. Frank Ocean was the Riddler. Yep, that was awesome. Michelle Pfeiffer played a hot as hell Catwoman in the movies.
Very sexy Catwoman. Very fucking sexy.
Vincent Price was Egghead. Excellent.
Vincent Price, really?
Vincent Price, yeah. I love the thing about Batman. I like when they would go up the ropes, and then all these like different movie stars, and it would always open the window. Sammy Davis Jr. opened the window one time. Kato and the Green Hornet opened it one time. It could be anybody.
Sometimes you get the wife of the woman. That's the most main one that takes like everything close to life.
That's the one I got we got the beef and broccoli, and we got the sesame chicken. It all tastes like wood. 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 It all
stuff. I tell everybody, bro. It's like, look at everything that's around here. Bring food, vegetables, fucking Asian grill. It's none of it's easy.
I'll be back.
Very fucking where the donut shop is now. Now it's a Chinese place. It's so fucking nasty. Or at least it fucking tastes it. They hang fucking away. I don't know. The first time I ate it, it was fucking good, and now I've ate it twice since then, and both the times were fucking good. Like I said, it tastes like no, I wasn't very about it. You ordered online, and I wanted to pick it up.
Thank you, Evelyn. I appreciate it. Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl was god awful, and I'll fight you, Jesse. Awful. Watching her have to save Chris O'Donnell over and over again got on my last nerve. And everyone say, Uncle Alfred? No, Yvonne Craig. Yvonne Craig was the hot Batgirl. Here's a little bit of trivia for you. If you watch Star Trek, there's a famous Star Trek scene where Kirk is like watching this alien girl in all green, like she's painted green, alien girl. That's Yvonne Craig also. So the Batgirl from that Batman show with Adam West is also the alien from Star Trek.
Super 2.
Alien dancing girl. Well, okay, that I'll give you, Pit Snipe. She's Green Girl, exactly, Con.
Well, I mean, what about Superman?
What about
Superman?
Superman?
You got a new one coming out.
Why are they always British? I think this guy's British too.
Is he?
Cavill was British.
Oh, well, Cavill.
They gave Batman to a British guy.
Bale's
He looks the part. I don't know how well he's gonna do, and Chris Reeve's dead, so there's nothing we can do about that.
He looks like a little boy to me.
But man, they're the young.
Well, but it's the younger Superman.
But he's not chiseled like what's his face.
Cavill was good.
Cavill.
Dude, that dude is like,
Incredible.
No, I'll give it to Cavill. Cavill was a good Superman.
he's a
And they didn't use him right, man. They didn't use him right.
I will say that after Reeve, Brandon Routh came along, Ralph Ruth, and he looked so much like Reeve that it was a good transition. But Cavill he just took the role over and it became his.
Like literally, the only scene that they used him right was when they brought him back.
I mean, of course, for us, Purple, that's the case. WB screwed up everything. The fact that you're still saying WB, Tony, instead of CW is funny.
I do the same.
But the CW Smallville series I kind of liked, actually. I think they did a good job with that. That was Clark Kent, not Superman, but I kind of liked that. I watched it with my daughter, and we liked it a lot. What's going on, Big Dave? How you doing, Wes Roberts? I've actually met recently Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum, and Rosenbaum is hilarious.
Right after they killed that girl and they opened up the bank.
Nah, my shift ends at 11. What time is it now? Is it 9:30? Yeah, so I got about an hour and a half. Flash was all right. Iris just got on my last nerve. The Iris Allen character I didn't like. Agreed, Kiwi. You know, if you look at him now, if you guys follow comic books at all, there's a Kingdom Come series which takes a look at Superman in his late 40s, early 50s. And Welling would be perfect for that right now. I watched that, Con. I also watched Talkville. I did. I saw the Arrowverse crossover with Smallville, Crisis, all that stuff was good.
Arrow started off good.
Arrow started off good. Flash started off
went crazy. Then it went off deep.
It went too far in a lot of different directions. What's going on, Rob? Good to see you, buddy. Blister Bill, what's going on, bub? Oh no! We're talking superheroes. Now, I'll be in Greece when the new Superman movie comes out. I don't know, is there a movie theater in Chalkidiki? Calithea? Is there? I don't know. It's a small, isn't Calithea?
Correct.
See, when I went to Greece last in 1986, Kotrides was a small town.
It doesn't matter. They have outside movie theaters. You go sit in these funny fucking chairs. I
guess there are.
They got a sheet up on the fucking wall. And you watch the fucking movie.
Open air.
You know,
I just want to see it before like everything starts hitting. What's going on, Dave? Deborah, hi, how are you? Bo Derek is 68 and still looking fine. I haven't seen Bo Derek lately. People at the bar have shown me people I didn't want to see. Listen, everybody ages. I don't make fun of people aging naturally. But that being said, yeah, don't go Googling too many names of people that we were thinking were super, super hot as kids. Bo Derek looks amazing.
That's great.
She looks fantastic. Hang a sheet on the Parthenon and get a projector. Howard the Duck is one of the greatest superhero movies ever. The fact that Howard the Duck, that near sex scene, it takes me out every time. She's still married to John Corbett. I don't know. I fell down a rabbit hole. I started like Googling Baywatch beauties from when we were kids. And again, I'm not mocking anyone from aging like a human being. But that said, when you last saw Yasmin Bleeth on Baywatch,
don't do
and
this.
then you
Don't
look
do
at,
this to them.
well, I mean, it's Rob says, "What was my favorite superhero superpower?" It depends. It depends on if you have them real. Because if you have them real, then so many of them don't work. Like if you wanted to have super strength, and that's your only superpower, so you have super strength, but you don't have invulnerability. If you use your super strength to hit a titanium steel wall, do you break your hand? You'll break every bone in your hand. So the two work together. So super strength alone doesn't work. Now, if you're invulnerable and bullets shooting at you don't hurt, does that mean you lose all sense of touch? If you were invisible, then you would be blind because the light would not hit the... So many of these things don't work. Super speed by itself, your skin would burn off as you were running. Flying, you'd freeze when you went up. I guess if I could pick any superpower and it would work, I mean, laser vision would burn your eyes on the way out. I don't know. Let's go with teleportation. Oh, time travel. I want time travel. That's the one I want. Rob nailed it. I want time travel. But if not time travel, because I'd probably go back and screw something up and then I'd never be born.
I don't know, I think I'd go Magneto.
So that makes me scared. Like, what if I go back and then I never meet my wife the exact moment I'm supposed to and we don't have our kids?
Exactly.
Teleportation. Teleportation's a good one, so that I don't have to worry about running so fast that the friction, like, takes the skin off my face, but I can still get where I want to go instantaneously. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with teleportation. Because that one, I think, works still. So many of the other ones, it's like, be careful what you wish for, because you'll get the power and then you'll end up killing yourself. Good question. Yeah, think about it. If you could fly.
Yeah.
So first of all, I have a horrible sense of direction. So if I'm flying, I'd have to fly like 5 feet from the ground so that I could follow the road. Like I couldn't get home from here without the road.
Right.
I don't know which direction my house is. I really don't, because the road curves and stuff. So I'd be like Meteor Man. I'd be flying 5 feet from the ground following the road. And if you went too high, you'd freeze anyway.
Yeah.
Super speed,
You need
the
more
friction
things.
would
You need more
literally
things.
like take your skin right off your face if you ran too
I
fast.
think I'd go Magneto, man.
Magneto?
Magneto. Control everything that's metal.
Yeah. But then they beat you to death with a wooden stick. And there's nothing you can do to stop them.
You gotta get to me first.
My Hickory Tavern that I work at is in Indian Land. The address says Fort Mill, South Carolina. How about turning really tiny?
Hey, man.
Earbuds with GPS. That's not a bad idea. What about 2 powers? Well, then it's a done deal. If I could have 2 superpowers, super strength is overestimated, is overvalued. If I could have 2, it would be, well, again, the invulnerability thing is that I think I would lose my sense of touch. which would make sex not work. Because if bullets don't hurt, then I'm not feeling anything.
Yeah, but that's kind of like what happens with the boys. That's why they're all psychotic.
So I guess I would do. Damn it! This is really hard. Let me think for a minute.
Was that Chet?
He was asking for a foul. Chet Holmberg was saying.
All right, I got it. It would be super strength and invulnerability, but the invulnerability I can turn on and off. I decide when to be invulnerable and when not to, so that when it's it's happy time, I can turn it off, and then when I don't want to, then I turn it on. So it would be that. I did joke once that if I could have one superpower, it would be to move time backwards 15 seconds.
Okay.
At any time. Just 15 seconds. I don't want to go back too far because then I can fuck things up. But 15 seconds means when somebody pisses me off, I can just absolutely smash the shit out of them. Not 2 minutes, because then I would do horrible things I don't want to do.
Right.
I don't want to murder somebody. I don't want something that takes time.
Well,
but
you know there'd be some kind of consequence if you murder somebody, they can't come back.
Well, they would come back, though, because it would go back 15 seconds. So, but I don't want to be that person that does that. I think that makes you a bad person. But 15 seconds means I can really bitch slap or throat punch you pretty good. See the look on your face while it happens, internalize that, enjoy it, and then go back and it never happened, and then you're like still standing there all good. Being able to disconnect my arms.
That's an actual character.
The Fall Off Boy is an actual character in the Legion of Superheroes in DC. He would take his arms and beat you with them.
In Suicide Squad, they had him, it was, shit, what's his name? It's just his letters, I'll find it right now.
But yeah, 15 seconds, just long enough to do some damage, but not become a psychopath. What's going on, Colby? Lower Alabama. Double Woodford Reserve on the rocks.
We got you.
You got it, man. I never was man enough, macho enough, cool enough, tough enough, strong enough to enjoy bourbon. It hurts. It burns. I don't like it.
TDK.
Bourbon doesn't... TDK?
The detachable kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just remember like being a kid and watching like all the shows like Dallas where they always had like the decanter in the room and everybody would like open the big crystal thing up and pour it and it looked like Coke. It looked sweet. And I thought that's what it was. And I remember trying it as a kid and I didn't like it then and I don't like it now.
Hot vomit.
It tastes like vomit.
It seriously did. Hot vomit already. It was ready.
What's going on, boss? Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Scotch was always rough to me. Scotch is god-awful.
Yeah, all those, man.
Where am I from? I'm from Western New York, currently living in the Charlotte area. Yeah, I can't do... Most dark liquors I don't like the taste of. Listen, I've got the sophisticated palate of a 9-year-old child. I need it to taste like chocolate and ice cream for me to like it. I still like bum wine. Mad Dog's flavors taste good to me. Jameson's or Glenfiddich, nope, can't really do either. In a pinch, I can do Crown Royal. For some reason, I like Crown. Good rum is okay. Captain Morgan's.
Rum's different. Rum's sweet. Sugar, you know?
Yeah, Buffalo's where Buffalo's where I started drinking Crown. That was a Buffalo thing. I don't understand the love of Scotch. It tastes so bad. People say Scotch is an acquired taste. Does that mean that it kills your taste buds? It's like cigarettes. Cigarettes are an acquired taste. Nobody that ever smoked a cigarette liked the first one. What's that? Yeah, I mean, you have to, it gets really good, but you need to work at it.
Nothing better after.
Dude, it's been 5 years and 3 months.
That's good. That's good.
Since I've had a cigarette. I'll tell you right now, it has been. I still have to remind myself so I told myself I lose my streak if I have even one puff of a cigarette. I got to start day one. And that little rule has made me never have so much as a puff because I don't want to start my stats over again. I've been 1,909 days quit. Had I not quit smoking, in that time I would have smoked 47,739 cigarettes.
You would have looked cool.
I
47,000
saved
times.
$14,322. Don't know where that is. And I won back about 200 days. I don't know what that is either.
We were buying the cigarettes. They used for $14 or what?
Cigarettes are like 14 bucks in
But
Manhattan
almost
like 20 years ago.
48,000 cigarettes I would have smoked in that time. That is insane to me.
You would have looked. You would have.
I would have looked cool
48,000
48,000 times,
cool.
and I looked cool smoking. I was going to Greece this summer is going to be tough. Is everybody
do
still
there.
smoking Greece, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah.
That's all they do.
That's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough. Warren says 15 years smoke free. Do you still miss it? I still miss it. I don't necessarily have cravings anymore, but I miss what I think I remember. Slow, comfortable screw. I remember that.
Listen, man, you gotta know that you're gonna have a fucking cigarette.
I look like the old lady for throw mama from the train. I can't, Elvis. Anything that's it would be such a trigger for me to smoke anything, like even cigars. It would make me go right back to cigarettes.
Trying to call AT&T.
Nicotine your whole body for the trip.
You gotta move mountains. You gotta move.
You can quit, Denise. No nicotine for me of any kind. I was a nicotine junkie. I won't put anything in me because it'll just bring me right back. But the way you quit is you just stop. No matter how bad it sucks, it hurts, it feels awful, but you make a commitment that you're done. That's honestly what it is, because it's going to suck. It's going to suck until it stops sucking. And the fastest way for me was to go straight through it. I wanted it to stop sucking as fast as possible, so I went cold turkey. I didn't want to drop down. It was too long. I'm supposed to be bartending, but it's kind of quiet. I just made more tips thanks to Rob here in the last hour, 31 minutes here than I made in the last hour at the bar. So thank you, Rob.
We love you too.
How about bubblegum cigarettes? That's not a bad idea. I'll do that.
Those are great.
I'll sit there with my candy cigarettes.
The one that you blew the powdered sugar out of, or just the little chocolate?
No, it's got to be the powdered sugar because I need the puff.
Yeah, because
I need to see it.
We had those little shitty chocolate.
I didn't like the little chalky ones that are hard. I didn't like the candy. I liked the gum.
You didn't look you were smoking. You were holding a
And I don't
stick in
think
your
people
mouth.
remember. You guys remember there was two. There was cigarette candy and there was cigarette gum. That's how fucked up our childhood was. There were two different ways to pretend to be a smoker when you were 7 years old in the 70s.
You were 7 years old and you were wrapping up.
Oh yeah, I was right up there.
What is that, a tattoo?
No.
Oh yes, it
Let me
was.
see that.
Oh yes, it
Let
was.
me see it. You got a tattoo?
There it
God
is.
awful. My arms are. Well, it's getting better now that my arms are a little bigger. It's shriveled because my arms shrunk.
You got a Batman tattoo?
Since I was 20 years old. Nice.
Use a big financial friend.
I wanted to get a whole fucking sleeve.
Sorry about that, Dave.
Strong enough to help you push past financial obstacles. So even when you have
Batman's my thing. I love Superman, but I could never be
I love
Superman.
him, yeah.
I
I love
always thought that
Superman,
given enough money, I could be Batman.
I mean, think about it. It's a superpower, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
The
Batman's
superpower
rich.
is that he's rich.
Batman's rich. That's
I
it.
got this too, right?
Spider-Man, I didn't know you had that.
No,
You gotta
because-
see the web shooter.
No,
What's going on, Nicole?
you know they called me Spider up in Rock.
I do.
You know, that's why I got that. But I'm
I know, Dave. I was joking. Bubblegum cigars, I remember those.
Yeah.
Cigar.
You know what I've completely forgotten about? Somebody recently reminded me about those wax lips.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about wax lips.
Tastes like nothing.
Dan, I love it. Somebody else reminded me of the, completely forgot about it, and I loved them, the candy whistles.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Remember the whistle pops?
Oh yeah.
Well, there were two. There was the slide whistle pop, but there was
And
the
then
one
there
that
was
was
the
just
regular
a whistle that
It was
was
like
like
a
a
tu- it was a
hard
tuba
candy
tube,
whistle.
yeah.
It was like red, and you'd
Yeah.
blow into it, and it would make a
One
whistle.
whistle.
Totally forgot about both those things. I loved the candy whistle, though.
Now all you can get is fucking.
You're gonna be Ant Woman,
But think about it. It was worth going to the store.
dude.
You
We
went
had
to the
penny
store.
candy.
You had everything.
There's a place called Foster's where I grew up, and that's all it was. They just had the candy counter.
Fucking bubble tape and push pop. That's it.
No,
Ring Pops. Thank you, I so appreciate it, Cicely.
Shit like that, Skittles.
It just candy was cool, and there was always something. When's the last time you saw a candy commercial besides, the Hershey's Kisses at Christmas? Or every now and then they'll do the when they do, it's still our commercials.
Yeah.
Like when they show candy commercials, the few times they show them, it's our commercial, it's still on. But when we were kids, a gum commercial was every third commercial.
Yeah.
Kiss a Little Longer with Big Red, Juicy Fruit. Every third commercial is a gum commercial. Bubblicious, Hubba Bubba, Bubble Yum, Bubble Gum. There were so many commercials around candy.
Your fresh breath goes on and on.
While you chew it, say goodbye a little longer, make it last a little. It's a candy. You got your peanut in my chocolate. You got your peanut butter in my chocolate.
Yeah.
Now, what is she walking down the street carrying a tub of peanut butter for? We didn't think anything of it. She's sitting there with a huge tub of peanut butter and just licking it with her fingers as she's walking down the street.
Do they even have candy stores? There's no
I
candy
don't
store
know.
anymore, right?
I don't think they
You
have
had the
candy
Dots?
stores anymore.
Remember the Dots?
Well, the only place I saw the Dots was the movie theater, and I hated them. I ate as much paper as I did.
We had them at the store.
Pop Rocks, Doublemint Twins, who were Kathy Seagal's sister, by the way, if you're a fan of Married with Children. Fruit Stripe Gum, the best 13 seconds of my life. Well, second best.
Yeah. 7 seconds.
Whatchamacallit candy bars, $100,000 bar, which they now call the $100,000 bar.
$100 grand.
What was the peppermint commercials?
The gum?
The chocolate peppermint. No, it was the chocolate.
Klondike?
No, the cool whatever.
Cool mint. Yes, I feel the cool mint sensation of life.
Peppermint patty.
Peppermint patty. Your peppermint patty. Taste the sensation.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, Warren.
What
Klondike bar. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Hold on a second.
Which thing?
I'm losing my. Hey, name a candy commercial.
Take out.
Kit Kat. All right. What's the? Do they have the still same slogan, the same song? Give me a break, give me a break. They don't do that anymore.
There's no slogan.
So what is the commercial?
It's like click, click, click. It's click, click, click. That's all it is.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the 4 breaks. They break the 4 pieces. Ours
Ours was give me a break,
Yeah.
give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Any other ones? How about a gum commercial?
Five.
Really?
Yeah.
And they have commercials?
It was a while ago. That's the mysterious.
No,
song.
Robert, she won't let us watch the end of Wonder Years. We have 2 episodes left, and every time I tell her let's watch Wonder Years, she won't let me watch it because she doesn't want it to end.
It's over. But there's so many more shows you can go up to that.
Oh yeah, even Chapstick commercials. When's the last time you saw a Chapstick commercial?
Never.
Remember Susie Chapstick?
No.
Susie Chapman was Susie Chappie, right? Wasn't it Chappie? She was a skier, an Olympic skier, and she would like do the they called her Susie
remember a
Chapstick.
little bit now,
She'd
yeah.
like swish over and she like got chapped lips, and
Yeah.
she would like.
What was the Chapstick? Was it just Chapstick? No, it wasn't the brand,
It was
right?
just Chapstick brand Chapstick. Wait,
Yeah, it was Chapstick, right?
it was Chapstick was the brand, right?
Chapstick brand Chapstick?
Was it? Is Chapstick a brand like Kleenex is a brand? Was it Chapstick? Oh yeah, it's lip balm is the thing, and Chapstick was the brand. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, Manny. Lip balm is what it is. Chapstick is a
Wasn't
brand.
lip balm the little?
It could be a
this
stick
one?
of lip balm, or it could be,
I'll look it up.
but lip balm is, it's like Kleenex is actually tissues, but we started calling them Kleenex.
Right.
How many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
The world may never know.
3, according to the owl, though, because he went 1, 2, 3. But yes, I would take both answers. 3 and 4, the world may never know. Kelgon, take me away. This is one of my favorite topics. I love
that's all.
commercials. I love commercials.
Chapstick.
Yeah. And I could not tell you, I got so annoyed. I was watching something on TV yesterday. I started paying attention to how often Pharma commercials came on. Every commercial break was a medication commercial, a Pharma commercial. Every single break. Ask your doctor about Prozenica. Ask your doctor. And the really annoying thing is they were some of the best commercials because they had the best music.
Yep.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. I cannot be beat when it comes to commercials. That was Alka-Seltzer. Ancient Chinese Secret was Calgon, water softener, and a lot of people don't realize that's the exact same product, Calgon water softener for your bath. So when she's saying Calgon, take me away, same product.
Right.
Big Mac attack. To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun.
But our buns have no seeds.
Oh, seeds. And then if you really liked McDonald's, then you could do the, hold on, Big Mac filet of fish, quarter pounder French fries, icy Coke, stick shake, sundaes, and apple pies. For as much as I played outside, I watched a lot of TV growing up. I wanted the Chuck Wagon for Christmas. I confused the hell out of my immigrant parents. I sent them on a mission to find something that didn't exist. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? That was David Naughton from American Werewolf in London fame.
Oh yeah, yeah. Where you going?
Hot dogs, Armour hot dogs. I'd like to buy the World of Coke thing was so crazy. People loved that jingle so much, they actually called into radio stations to play it. They were requesting it. And basically, Coke was asked, they requisitioned the people that did the jingle to make an actual song because they couldn't continue to give Coke free airtime. So that's how I'd like to buy the World of Coke became I'd like to teach the world to sing, and they actually made a song out of it. Just for the taste of a Diet Coke. It's crazy that Pepsi is now, I think, fallen to number 4 in terms of an individual brand. Coke is number 1. Sprite and Dr. Pepper, I'm not sure in which order, are 2nd and 3rd. And Pepsi is now 4th. Now, Pepsi as an overall brand is still 2nd because they own... But in terms of individual
just
sodas,
Pepsi itself.
Yeah, they're number 4 now. But when we were kids, they were making up ground on Coke. Thank you again, Rob. What did I miss? Between their Michael J. Fox and their Michael Jackson commercials and all that stuff, Pepsi was coming close. Am I Greek? I am, Katerina. Okay, my dad's from Florida, and my mom was born in Drapano Kozani and grew up in Thessaloniki. We're actually going to Greece in less than a month. July 2nd, I'll be in Greece. Well, July 3rd. We live here on July 2nd. Google search the top 5 most popular soda brands in the U.S. Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, Pepsi. Yeah, I can't believe Pepsi's fallen to number 4. It's crazy.
Yeah, something like speed bump.
Did the song come first? I learned it the other way, Katerina, but if you're right, you're right, but that's the way I heard it. But people definitely were calling in radio stations requesting the Coke song.
I'm pretty sure.
Britney Spears. I didn't like Crystal Pepsi, Warren. I like the look of it. I didn't like the taste of it.
I think you're good.
Slice tried to be a thing. Slice is back. Slice is back as a healthy. Well, Slice is back as a healthy soda now. It's filled with like antioxidants and probiotics.
I knew that was going to be.
It's really good.
I like Slice. Slice is good.
It's really good, and it's as good for you as a soda can be, I guess.
Of the orange sodas, though, Sunkist was kind of.
Sunkist, wait. Orange Crush was better. How about Hawaiian Punch in the big can? You're not old enough to remember that.
No, 100%.
We used to take a can. Yeah, you had to.
100%.
In order to drink it, it didn't have a pop top. Hawaiian Punch in the big, like the
100%.
oil can. You had to take a can opener to it, and the commercials basically us beating up all our friends because they're like, "How about a punch?" And then you just punch them. But Orange Crush was my orange. Sunny D, after the fact.
I like Sunny D.
In Greece, I remember it was all about, what was it, Fresca, Jimmy?
Probably.
Yeah.
Fanta.
Yeah,
Fanta.
but there was fresh.
Yep, but Orange Fanta is how they would pronounce it. I remember Fanta.
But then I kept saying to myself, I wish we had this in America.
And now we have it.
Now we do have it.
And I don't buy it.
But it's different.
Coke brought it over.
And I remember as a kid in Greece, they had a chocolate spread. It wasn't like Nutella, which is an almond spread, merenda.
Check out the back.
Do you remember? It was an actual chocolate spread.
Still have it.
Do they? Oh. So if you guys like Nutella, which is an almond hazelnut, that's it. Merenda's not hazelnut; it's chocolate
You
spread.
know that Fanta, right? If you drink it over there with the bubbles in it, it's like orange juice with bubbles in it. And then there's like Fanta without the bubbles in it.
Really?
And yes.
No, the best thing in Greece.
And they're in bottles.
Best thing I remember as a kid growing up in Greece. Maybe it's because the regular milk was so disgusting. I don't know if it wasn't pasteurized. Yes.
A little can.
Well, it was like a little plastic thing, but on the bottle it was almost like butter. It was disgusting. So my mom, and it also came in bags that you would put in a pitcher. But the chocolate milk in Greece was incredible. Cacao. That was the best. Yes. Oh. Sorry, that means nothing to any of you, I'm sure. Monocle or not with the Monopoly Man. I remember it.
I would crank down the.
They say it's
patio
because of
that shit.
the Mr. Peanut that we're confusing the two. I don't buy it. Mr. Peanut and the Monopoly Man, not the same. Chocolate milk doesn't come from brown cows. No, but apparently brown eggs do come from brown hens. I thought that was a joke. Yeah, the non-homogenized milk, I don't, maybe it's been, I did not care for it as a kid. Evening, Tammy. Whataburger, it's a better burger. We're about to get our first Whataburger
Yes,
here
we
where
are.
I am.
We
We're
are.
back. How you doing, boss?
But I ate a lot of it.
There you go.
So I do trivia here for about an hour and a half every Tuesday night. Just run the trivia. I bartend just Wednesday, Thursday.
I was trying to show up Tuesday and got here a little late.
Dude, there were a lot of teams playing. We were playing.
He was over there manhandling the frickin' I saw him Tuesday manhandling the speaker on the way out.
Yeah, bro. It makes me look so strong. It weighs like 2 pounds. Why?
I was like, I wonder if he's doing that to 110 pound little kids causing trouble. He's just like, I'll get you out of here.
I could only hope I got across one of those. I'll definitely take them out.
Take out? Karen?
That was nice where I actually work. And it's hard to get these here from both nights. So he's just like, would you mind giving them a night? Take it!
Quick timeout. Pharma 6 points in less than 90 seconds.
Yep. Manny, what's in this?
What's that? Smirnoff raspberry. Malibu.
A little bit of Smirnoff raspberry vodka.
Oh, I got it. It's up here. It's good. Malibu.
Coconut rum.
Pineapple juice.
A little bit of pineapple juice.
Lime. Splash
Lime.
OJ.
Sounds like heartburn in a glass.
And boom, blue curacao.
Sounds like heartburn in a glass.
The Sea of Cortez.
Book last-minute deals on thousands of stays with Bourbon.
There it is.
Something's here.
It's called the Wilford Brimley Special.
Diabetes. I want to talk to you a little bit about diabetes.
Alien. Aliens it is.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from a logo.
Allow me to assist.
It works. That's tomato. Sheboygan. P-E-Z.
Stay Farm with the assist.
Close, but it's a tight one. They're playing today.
We got nailed.
You know, sometimes my life can be a little crazy. That's why when you find stability, you gotta grab it, hold on to it. Like how Verizon just let you lock in a low price for 3 years, even if you're already a customer. Is that real? That's not just for me. And they give you a free phone on any plan. Who's doing that? Nobody. Come on, what's better than that? Probably nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for years right here in America. We're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on the best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. So you can get the car you want at the price you want, knowing Nissan is for you.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue or Pathfinder.
Terry.
This motherfucker is probably the worst fucking animal.
That's right, bro. He's all over the place, man. You know what it is, though? It's not like, so when you get to that point, right? Like Stephen A. is don't think what he wants to say, but him, to make sure he gets any kind of attention, he gets so out of the box. You can't help but like, this guy's fucking me. So you watch him tell me fucking wrong. You know? It's like a fucking bad. I like this. Tom's good. I like him. He gets it wrong every once in a while. Nobody gets it wrong. He's good, man. That's the man.
You're about dumbest fucking dirt.
The Browns wouldn't say Miles Garrett, but golf. You're making me fucking what the fuck? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Guys,
That's the second time that Eastman has taken that off and given space. You can't give up that space even at that top.
this is what turned me about Aaron. I want that kid to be out here before.
Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah, when you watch the Hard Knocks and he was on the deck, he was with Wilson. He was with the doctor.
This is showing 30.
Hey, look, this was
Check for 25.
No. He's not one of those dudes that's like, yeah, fuck you, figure it out. So, I mean, you can help him. No. It's Vegas, right?
It's right over here, so.
Well, you know, he loves going to his orthopedic side. And what he can take you shoulders, he get those shoulders.
Rob, is that you again? Dude. Everybody's favorite drink in high school. Alcoholic or non-alcoholic? Non-alcoholic, Yoo-hoo. Maybe Snapple.
was Dan Aykroyd and
Alcoholic, I was a Mad Dog.
Bobo and
Electric Blue, whatever the blue raspberry was. to buy 3 bottles for less than $5 and still have enough left over to give the bum some money that bought it for me. Manny, your favorite drink in high school?
My favorite drink in high school, like alcoholic?
Alcoholic.
Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff Ice?
Smirnoff
All
Ice.
right. Jimmy, are you a beer guy?
No. I drink screwdriver.
Screwdrivers? A mixed drink in high school?
Yeah, I mean, when we could get away with whatever, I mean, that's what...
Actually, I drank a lot of beer in high school. I remember we went to a town called Fairhaven, New York, which was about...
I didn't like beer.
Yeah? See, I like...
No,
Does anybody remember Splits? I used to do OB Splits. And what I liked about them is there was this... Right on the lake, there was a small town called Fairhaven, and it was a beach. And we could walk all the way at the end of the beach, and there was a pier that was in the water. Like, you couldn't walk to the pier.
Right.
You could either take a boat up to the pier or you could swim to the pier, but you couldn't walk up to it. And we would take a case of OB Splits, they were the small ponies, and we would swim out to the pier with it, trading it off where to carry it, because then there was no way cops could get to us.
Right.
We would see them coming, and we'd be able to swim in the other direction. We felt safe drinking underage on that pier. So yeah, I like that, and I like the Splits because they stayed cold, because you would finish them pretty quickly. Good question, Rob.
Remember, he was the judge.
Yeah.
Then after
The
the
nose
judge.
ring.
Right. He went in the bedroom, he took his teeth out, he took his nose out. That's the way she is. She goes home, she fucking kicks it all off. Yeah. I mean, who the fuck's sake? That is one
Bobo. Bobo, little Bieber.
Yeah.
You're a good Bobo, right? You're a good Bobo.
We tried to an alley to check over and get him to that
This is the first time I said anything. I hit 535 likes. Look at that. That's fucking crazy.
There you go.
18 She's fucking bitching me. Transactor or whatever gets hit with a rubber bullet in the riots or whatever. And I'm like, well, maybe you shouldn't have been there. At the end of the day, you know, if you're not someone who you're supposed to be, and like all these people fucking down
I agree, bro.
fucking crazy.
They're with you.
I guess. They're with me, all right.
You want it in a cup?
They are just at Halliburton on both sides of the floor, but he's going to just shoot the gap here, another sloppy turnover, and then take his time. And then Shea Gilchrist, Alexander, ball pressure up front. Just determined, right? Stay on balance, get that defender back on his heels.
He needed that break just to get the rhythm going. That was his first three-point shot, as Mike said. Siakam was the MVP in the Eastern Conference Finals when he was a rookie with the Toronto Raptors. He averaged 4 points per game, shot 14% from three-point range.
39.
But he says he was too confident. I want to Just took up the game until he was 17. The kid from Cameroon is a star. In the offseason, and so much of it is just his work ethic to be the player he is. It is, Mike, when you talk about 4 points as
Very long.
what do you do if you're
You said you were going to talk about Wilford Brimley.
You know, he doesn't know who Wilford Brimley is.
So you said you were going to talk about Wilford Brimley.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
These kids will figure out who diabetes is with these. What is this? What's the soda place?
Swig.
Swig. I'm like, wait for the hang
Jeez, that shit hit the Raptors. All right, boys.
Good night, guys. I could never run anything over 200 meters. Dude, for me to run 200 meters, you'd have to be chasing me with something lethal. I hate running. I've always hated running. Well, that's not true. Not always. Because remember when we were kids, running was like you had to be yelled at to not run.
Right.
No running in the hallway. Stop running at home. Stop running. Stop. We ran when we got off the bus. We ran. Everything was running.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like running. I don't even like...
I don't like pointless running. I don't want to just run, say, hey, I ran 2 miles today, you know, like...
Nothing. Jason with a machete would do it.
Yeah, he would. They got a torch?
But I would run from Jason with a machete and I wouldn't fall down in the woods. Rob, how far would I run for 100K? Dude, let me know.
You need me to go.
You let me know. I will die on my feet. Well, just
like
short.
Forrest Gump.
Run for fun. I don't get it. Even in high school, I liked running as a little kid, right? But as soon as by middle school, I was over it. My friends all ran cross country, and my best friend said, "Come on, dude, do it with us. It'll be so much fun." I hated it.
They made us run cross country to get in shape for basketball
So
and baseball.
at meets, so mean. My only goal at the cross country meets was to not be dead last.
Right.
So I would run long enough to get ahead of the one fat kid who was doing it to get in shape.
Yeah.
And as soon as he caught up, and then I'd walk. And as soon as he caught up to me, I'd run again for a little while. And then I'd get a comfortable lead on him and I'd start walking again. And it was the same kid at almost every meet. And he started...
We meet again.
Dude, at one point he's like, if I ever catch you, I'm going to fucking kill you. I made the poor kid's life miserable. I'm like, as long as I'm not dead last, I was okay with it.
You almost had a...
And he never caught me.
You almost had a Chariots of Glory moment there.
Yeah, he never caught me. It hurts. I don't like it. It's intentional pain. Oh, and people talk about hitting that wall, and then you break through it, and it's like this amazing, like feeling of amazingness. I think that's crap.
The wall.
They made us walk 5 miles in Boy Scouts once. Walk? I can walk.
I walk forever.
I walk forever. Jim Fix wrote the book of running, and he died of a massive heart attack. Listen, I enjoyed going to the gym. I fell out of it in like March, and I have not been able to get myself back into it. But once I get into it, I like lifting things. I just got to get myself back into it. And now I know I'm going to Greece for like almost the entire month of July. So I'm like, why would I go? Why would I go if I'm just going to have to stop again? So I'm going to wait until I get back.
I thought you said you were
That's why with AT&T, you proactively get right with your credit for a full-day service if there is an emergency. That's the AT&T guarantee.
I will say, without trying to sound like something's got to stop. Didn't know that the average age
YouTube TV is supposed to live TV. Jason, you still here?
Alright, well, that's close.
That's the problem we have. It's not that adults can choose to watch what they want to watch. The fact that it's so
So if you were back in like magazines, like staying up too late or cinema,
trying to see through the incredible signal that we got to do. I'm like, for some reason, there was always like magazines, we find them in the woods. I don't know who was doing those secret things in the woods, but there was always like you come across like a magazine in the woods.
I think mine was like, I was like 11 or 12 and saw this show called The Horror of the Beast. Okay, just like scrolling through TV channels now, like watch it for 5 minutes and say, everybody goes, oh, And just stuck it in like a video. I did have to look for it and like wait till the parents weren't in the family room because that's where the computer was.
It was a big deal to steal from me. I was real bad at that.
The turnover, they gave up a 3-point shot. They got themselves back into the
Fucking
game.
that could go down to like, why are parents letting children have smartphones?
Well, for other reasons though, like kids get involved in sports early now, so they're in travel sports. And the parents like, I want them to have a phone. And the kid's like, well, I don't want to be the only kid that's got a stupid flip phone. If I had things to do it over again, although we're pretty restrictive on the cell phone use, and my kids were really good about it. And I snooped on my kids. I would go through my kids' phones every night while they were asleep. The older one thought she was smart because instead of texting her friends, they had a game that was called Movie Star Planet. And instead of texting, they would talk to each other through the chat of the game.
You'd be like, oh, why isn't she texting her friends?
Yeah, I'm like, well, there's no text friend, so she's got to be talking to them somewhere, so I figured it out. Knees are Rice Krispie. One of my knees cracks, the other's still good.
His numbers in game 1 and 2 for Halliburton.
But no, yeah, the average age of young boys being exposed to hardcore pornography is 8 years old. At 8 years old, the only pornography I saw was my Uncle Phil's pen, that when you flipped it upside down, the ink would run out of the bathing suit. And that's how I got it.
Your mom would come over and cover your eyes real quick before it finished.
That's the Dutch.
Yeah, there's nobody here. Yeah, 14 years old, I was jerking off to a pen.
Or like a memory of some girl that bent over.
Our memories were locked tight back then. All right, this is rated R content tonight. But no, we worked hard for our pornography. That's the only thing I ever remember stealing. I remember specifically Miss America. What was her name? She's the only Miss America anybody knows, ironically. She lost her crown because she had done nudes. Vanessa Williams. And I remember I stole that magazine because I needed to see it. But ironically, the only woman, Miss America, to still be famous all these years later, and she was dethroned. Yeah, I'm in rare form right now. Homer Simpson with the lady pens. I never saw that one. Skinamax. Dude, that just I remember going to hotels. Like we went up to Toronto for my cousin's wedding, and the pay-per-view channels and the scramble, you would get like seconds of clarity. And it's like, was that a boob or an elbow? Was that a boob or an elbow?
One part where it shows Patrick Swayze's I paused it so much in it so that my parents would watch it. When it comes to that
It would
part,
get blurry.
skip.
That was Phoebe Cates and Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Whoever Thomas Bryant is in front of, they're going right at him. And Shay, understanding what's in front, who's going to get the switch. Thomas is going to be up there.
Nowadays they're trying to do stuff where you have to like link your ID and go on to the side. Because I follow like professional hearings and whatnot, and they're like, okay, how do you read the computer? No, it's free. It's free. It's uploading ID. It's like, it's your states.
But a generation of stores staying steady. At the end of the year, future stocks and virtual games do
It's just this, like a page that says, your senators and congressmen are trying to make you out yourself. I don't understand how this still is a pornography. But I think they'll make it. But no, the thing is, it's not much out here. Does anybody have to pay for it anymore? I have never. So that's my point. So are they making porn?
Ads.
Let's say at this point, it's on the streaming idea of like, maybe ads. Well,
It's got, the only thing that's got to be still going on is what is the home cam. That's
no, that's what I'm saying. Ad revenue.
Yeah, video.
That's gotta be all that's there.
Because yeah, I can't imagine somebody. Porky's was great. Oh my God, what have I done to content here today? What's going on, David?
By the way they fucking sit, they're not.
What's going on, my brother? We didn't even have a Playboy channel when I was growing up. That came later. Vanessa Williams issue somewhere. That was a formative moment in my childhood. It was Vanessa Williams, and the next one was Madonna.
Yeah.
Madonna was a huge one too.
I used to be mad because in the Cherish video she kisses that kid at the end on the beach. And I was like, why? Why does he get to kiss Madonna? And I get to sit here and look at my little thing.
Are you bringing up the other one, the Pam Anderson tape?
Pam Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
So you remember the Pam Anderson tape? When I was a kid, in my 20s, that was like one of the first websites that showed just static pictures. It would have taken 30 years for the actual video to download, but you could get the picture, and it would come like one line at a time.
And that was back in the
Oh, dude, your 56K modem was working hard. Totally overhyped, Southeastern. Dial-up modem. At the very moment that I was about to see something, my mom would make a phone call, and the modem would crash.
I saw a video the other day where Jeff Teague was saying he almost got kicked out of Wake Forest because he had downloaded the Kim Kardashian sex tape. And like the next morning, the FBI knocked
Oh, come on.
was like, hey, you downloaded $5 million worth of music, and it was only this Kim Kardashian tape that got you caught. Like, what are you doing?
And the other thing is why I was just saying to him, why was there always a thing like where you would find porno magazines in the woods?
It's true.
What the hell were they doing out in the woods? That you would just like be walking and all of a sudden there'd be a tattered magazine out there in the middle. I mean, I know what they were doing, I guess,
That
but
was the teenagers of your neighborhood knowing
But the
that we were
woods?
trying to pass a limit for you.
the woods, it made me not want to go to the woods. But at the same time, it made me want to go to the
Were
woods.
they at least wrapped in like the Ziploc bags?
No.
The bags that they got saved?
Not wrapped in anything. It was tattered and torn. Guys got bored hunting. That could be it.
Hey, 14-year-old you was reading some stories, huh?
Playboy had good articles though.
Yeah, that's what they say.
There were levels to pornography magazines too. Playboy was like the classy one.
It was. Hustler.
Playboy was classy. Penthouse not quite as not bad,
Not dirty.
not bad, but a little bit more on the edge. And then there was like Hustler, and then after Hustler, it fell off a cliff. It's like
It didn't have a name. It didn't have a name.
No,
it was,
they did.
it was
They had,
just
like,
pictures.
cans,
It was
jugs.
just pictures. Yeah.
Screw. Dude, I know. JL bringing us back to
Ride around the bus and take videos.
Yeah.
There's levels to it.
There was levels to it.
You can be dignified or you can be in a bus.
Sometimes you take what you can get.
In some worlds, in the early 80s, if a Playboy magazine was left out on a coffee table, it wasn't really that big of a deal. You know, it was like, all right, that's it wasn't anything beyond that. It had to be hidden. And where did we all hide it?
Under the bed.
Underneath the mattress in our bed. That was like the Fort Knox of my 12-year-old mind. But I was smart. I didn't just shove it in where if my mom would tuck in the sheets, I didn't want her to touch. So I would lift up the mattress and put it right dead center in the middle. What's going on? This is Nina?
Late 90s, early 2000s.
I didn't know that, Southeastern. It's your penthouse.
So it was like, no. We're gonna like pull back a panel.
Larry Fripp from the 80s Hustler magazine. They
They
had
put it right in the vent.
really?
Dad is
I never thought it would happen to me. I think somewhere I read that those, like we didn't know it at the time, but they actually, Penthouse hired writers for their Penthouse Forum section. I'm sure somebody wrote in, but mostly they hired writers for it. Dear Penthouse, I never thought it would happen to me.
I was in study hall, and Mrs. Johnson gave me a look.
For me, it was Miss Bridson.
First three-quarter of the game for Jalen Williams.
Good. Russo only impacts. That's all he's there for. Impacts. Look at this guy. Why? My move. My guiding star.
It's about connecting to something bigger than
My
yourself.
kind of wonderful. That's what you are. 86, 84. OKC.
We'll face it together.
We will protect you.
What do you think of this, Manny? Can't guys before. They changed the silver server to a check.
Well, apparently that's comic book accurate for
It's
the
not.
original.
No, Nova was a female.
Right.
Bella Norin Rad was a male silver server.
They haven't been able to get the Fantastic Four right. Ever.
They keep saying it's comic book accurate. It's not. The Herald that was female would have been Nova.
I hate that dude. I hate that dude. That dude is the worst.
I'm hoping it's good because I want the MCU to come back.
You know who he's a good Mexican?
Had drawers in your bed. Chuck Norris walked past the mirror and scared himself. That's false, because nothing scares Chuck Norris. Not even Chuck Norris.
No, the guy he played in that astronaut movie. He was the FBI agent in Shooter.
Oh yeah, he's an everything. He's the open stuff.
That Spanish guy is fucking awesome. That dude fucking sucks. I tell you. All right, I'll see you guys next time.
All right, brother.
I love you, brother.
Weather and traffic updated live every 10 minutes from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
Stupid question. You could say fuck it. All right. I want to see how this game goes.
How much time is there?
1 quarter. End of the quarter.
Another hour.
Sorry. There's somewhere in the middle of the fourth, right?
The fourth is starting right now.
Red, bar, and cut. I can do it again. So this is your mind saying that you kicked me out? How much would you be as long as you want to let me I know you guys
The big stuff. Who do you think you are?
Your go-to pit stop for $70 fills. 4 boxes for $300 or $50. 4 ways of KFC versus Pepperoni Beef 327. Rate PG-13.
Welcome to the NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV and Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers. We've had more success today early on in this one, controlling the pace, getting into the paint more regularly. What's led to that success?
Doing the ball, playing without waiting on the ball. They're doing a great job of getting everybody involved. Chapstick on the defensive end, he got one more for them.
5-point game. How do you finish the home?
Rebound off the run. They're the most important thing right now.
Obviously, love that you. Guys, back to you.
All right, George, they were running all season long. They've done an outstanding job against this great OKC potential team. 48% of the field. Off the base. Shot is. And this big game 3 continues from Matherin. A lot of people talking about what the Pacers could have done if he would have been available last year for the postseason run. He's showing right now, going right at J-Dub.
for the and one. That's a tough finish. He's been under control. That's what I like. He hasn't shot too many shots. He's been efficient, 7 for 9, but there's a control that he has shown.
I said this earlier in the series. There are some nights you watch him play. His athleticism is unbelievable. You think he could be the best player on the floor.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I'll tell you, the candy conversation was very nostalgic. I hadn't thought about a candy store in a very long time.
I'm just old enough that I remember in my youngest memories the whole penny candy thing. Like you
Right.
go in and buy
Swedish
this.
fish, watermelon.
Yeah, exactly. Really young. But like most of the candy that I remember buying, bottle caps, snow caps,
Yep.
any of that stuff, that was movie theater candy. My first car, dude, Rob, I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you. My first car was a 1972, no, maybe 68, Chevy Impala. I think it was a land yacht.
Yeah,
I couldn't drive it.
Boat.
I couldn't drive it. I remember like having such a hard time driving it. My parents finally took pity on me, and I traded. My mom had a 1985 Chrysler LeBaron 4-door, and she swapped with me because she didn't drive much. So she took the land yacht, and I took her LeBaron, which was the first new car she'd ever owned. But
The LeBaron's good.
yeah, it was good. The thing I missed is well, not me, but some guys with much more cred and coolness than me. Back seats in that Impala, dude, it was like a traveling couch.
Yeah.
It was huge. And again, for me, no big deal. I was, yeah.
You're driving.
I was just driving. But that was my first car. It was nice of her, but like I said, she didn't drive much. And I mean, us kids, we worked a lot as kids. Every day after school, I was at the diner. I was working weekends at the bar. I was bartending at 16 years old for my parents.
There's no TV like YouTube TV.
Probably that.
In part by the powerful backing of American Express. And the paradise in the first.
Pretty tough for a man on the teeth.
YouTube TV is your favorite sports and live TV or whatever. Jeez, Mr. So you can easily watch the games.
When you're at Anna's Platinum, you can enjoy the Centurion Lounge and access to incredible experiences worldwide. So being a fan for life turns into the trip of a lifetime. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
Sitting next to your girl on a kiss cam.
Why do I have that song stuck in my head? Who do you think you are? Was there a commercial?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm originally from France, but I always wanted to be a cowboy.
Let me see. 1991 Trans Am GTA in 96. Wow. No, so always worked. Always had my own money. Paid for my own apartment in college. Paid for my own car in college. My parents helped me out a little bit because I would go home on the weekends from Buffalo to our hometown, which was like a 2-hour drive every weekend. I would drive 2 hours on Friday to be there for the bar Friday and Saturday, and then drive back on Sunday. And I bartended all week at my brother's bar in Buffalo while I was in Buffalo. 5 nights a week there. So I was making, anyway, I always had cool cars when I was young. So in college, I had, in 1990, I had a brand new 1990 Eagle Talon all-wheel drive. That thing was sweet as hell. In 1994, I got rid of that and I got a Jeep Wrangler. So I mean, I always had it was a manual, Warren, stick, and the Jeep was stick as well. And the Jeep, I had both the hard top and the soft top, hard doors and the fiberglass doors. Creeper vans are white, without a doubt.
Missed a lot of time, so we started 49 games during the regular season. Now coming off the bench, a little spark here tonight.
I will say, here's the difference. Having a 21-year-old and a 13-year-old, so I still have kids. What's going on, Short and Sassy? The difference, I can honestly say, where I grew up. You guys can tell me if it was different where you grew up. Especially in high school, no one was judged by their car. If you had a really cool car, it absolutely helped give you some credibility. It gave you some cred. But if you had a piece of junk, just a total piece of crap, wheels were wheels. Like if somebody drove a shit box, if somebody drove just a beaten down truck, it didn't matter what it was. Wheels were wheels. Nobody really, you could get cooler by having a really cool vehicle, but we didn't really get slammed on for having a piece of crap vehicle. Whereas today, I go by some of the, the high school here looks like a new car lot.
For real.
Kids are absolutely judged on it. And it could be the area that we're in. That's it exactly, Kiwi. If you had a car, that's all that mattered. And we tried to do what we could with them. My first car, like I said, that Impala, I had it for the better part of a year, and I tried to make it look as cool as I could. Today, everything is judged upon. Yeah, because they just, everything is performative. I even talk to like kids that do social media, and the way we engage on social media versus the way they engage on social media. If you're a young influencer, it's all about filters. It's all about looking this way or looking that way. It's all about, look at my fit, get ready with me. Here's the stuff I use. Even that is performative. Whereas the social media, the content creators, the influencers our age, it's just about relatability. It's about communicating. It's about sharing.
I feel like that's kind of by design, though, with them, Like, they know they can get from people to send them things, stuff like that.
Sorry about that, Chad. Yeah, I just posted a video that said if Gen X had triggers, this would be about as close as we could get. And there were things within that video that, as a kid, came pretty close to triggering me. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I will say I think we look better than our parents did at our age.
Oh, yeah.
We take care of ourselves better somehow, or are preserved better. I don't know what caused it. Maybe it's not having filterless cigarettes and bourbon for breakfast. I don't know. But the way we connect, like kids, I'll do a trivia thing here on Tuesday nights where I actually do it at the bar. How dare I show Artax? If I didn't, everyone would have asked how I could not have shown him. I think my parents just are really sexy. I'm sorry. No, that's all good. That's fine. I'm not going to disagree, AF. I think your mom's pretty sexy too. All the food chemicals. Better living through chemistry.
It's all the preservatives that we ate are preserving us.
Flintstones vitamins, dude. Flintstones vitamins.
Yabba dabba doo.
Betty was the best. A little purple Betty in the morning.
Yum.
Purple Betty in the morning got it going all day long. Chevette. I had a Chevette for a minute in high school.
Alright, but did you grow up watching Builder Pile?
Oh yeah.
And,
So 2 channels on the TVs when we were growing up. One was the regular, what they called VHF channel, and that's where ABC, CBS, NBC were.
that was all three of them.
That was it.
It was just like whatever was the...
But then there was a dial underneath that, which was called the UHF dial, and that's where local television was.
That's all the numbers that were on the VHF.
Oh, so you're saying like the top dial would be like 1 through 6
So
under
1
like
through 13.
national channels?
Yes, and then the other one was like 56, 78, like all the way to like 69.
Because I remember the dial, I just didn't have like a local in that.
Yeah, the local was on the bottom. That's where you wait down. Like that's where local, like Charlotte 29 or whatever you went back to. Yeah, that would be on the bottom now. No, they're like Sesame Street, that was Mr. Rogers.
We had the single dial where it was like channel 2 was CBS, channel 3 was PBS, channel 4 was ABC.
If it was on the same dial, you probably are talking cable.
No, this was over the air with the TV that had the one dial and no remote type deal. This was mid.
But we always joked and said like the UHF dial was like poor man's cable. Because that's where they would just play whatever they could get cheap. So it would be syndicated shows. That's where we watched the Munsters, Gilligan's Island reruns, Addams Family reruns, Leave It to Beaver, My Three Sons, Batman.
What was the one with Barney and Griffith? I couldn't remember that was name. I don't remember Andy Griffith.
That clock shows you this restaurant needs to see something.
On air TV channel.
You pull it off the antenna, whatever you want.
And it was back on the TV where you have to smash the tube every now and then because it was getting late.
Not only that, but most TVs were affected by anything. If your mom's running back,
Or if you got like, yes. What I remember is the TV would be all fuzzy, and then you walk over to it, and somebody would do this number where they put their finger and they put it right in here, and not even touching it, just getting close to it. Yeah, watch it as it got closer.
I go for bundle 3. I was thinking 51 to each. I got AT&T's bundle of 3 from 60. Just for me, and I got lunch for you.
Also, just old enough where I remember playing like original Nintendo, like where, yeah, so my plot, he was like cousin Dave, had the one where he would put the cartridge in like a CCR, and then we had the one where it would go straight in. The VCR one, right? Okay, yeah. And so, I just always remember that every single one of those cartridges said not to blow them.
getting them wet, that was the only thing that, what made it work was simply taking it out and putting it back in. You didn't have to blow on it all. The contact reset by pulling it out and in.
Because I can remember us just being in the, we put a game in and we would learn to be like, all right, I'm gonna watch this.
Everybody blew on it, but it was just the act of pulling out the pig.
I thought it was like clearing the dust off the connection.
How about remembering? Remember, you could if you put your hand right near the TV, Do you remember, are you old enough to remember the static from the television set?
Yeah, definitely.
New TVs don't do that.
No.
We used to be able to take a balloon.
When you turned it on, you heard it.
What's that? Yeah,
When you turned it on, you heard the little...
Like, I remember that feeling of being able to feel the resistance from the front of the TV. You could actually feel it.
When you turned the TV on, it had a crackle, like a Zenith had a crackle.
Like, when's the last time you felt that kind of static against it? What's going on, Dixie? How are you, honey?
And then I can remember when my neighbor got a new 50-inch TV, and we had to pull the moving truck up to his front stairs and like roll the deck out, and then he had a hole cut in his wall where it could recess into the wall and lay flatter on the wall. And that 50-inch TV took 4 people, about my size, to be able to carry through the house. It was ridiculous. But yeah, now, I can remember, what was it, 2 years ago, maybe 3, I bought my parents a new, like, 55-inch TV.
Why so small?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nowadays, it's like, wait, what? I carried it in myself.
They weigh nothing.
The thing was 3/4 of an inch thick the whole way through.
When you guys were growing up, what was the one TV in your house? Did you guys have a Zenith, a Magnavox, an RCA? Did you have a TV in your room? For me, growing up, it was a Zenith, and we had the Space Command clicker, where you could, we were fancy. You could turn the TV on and off, you could change the channel up and down. I think that was it. There's no volume control. But we had a Zenith, RCA, Philips.
I had a Zenith.
I did not get you experience the haunted TV for a start living
Ah, brother.
See you guys tomorrow. All right, John.
Good night, brother.
Have a good one.
You too, buddy.
Yeah, man, I'll get a little about 50.
Sears 13-inch black and white. When I got to high school, I got a 13-inch black and white Emerson.
Emerson was good.
Emerson was alright. It was cheap.
Then
Oh, I
Philips.
remember. So people are talking about a TV repairman. So my parents were Greek, off the boat Greek. And I remember our repairman's name was, we called him Doc, D-O-C. And I always thought that nickname was because he was like the TV doctor.
Right.
And my mom and dad would always say, oh, that something's wrong with the TV, call Doc, call Doc, call Doc. Fast forward about 15 years and I'm an adult, and I see Doc when I'm visiting my parents, and I said to him, Doc, how are you? And he finally came up to me, he goes, can I tell you something? I go, what's going on, Doc? Doug. He goes, my name is Doug. Because my parents couldn't say Doug. So with their Greek
So he
accent,
became
they
Doc.
tried. It was always, hey, Doug, hi, Doc. So us kids called him Doc, and he finally corrected me. You could tell that it's like, I've been wanting to say this for 15 years. You
Thank you, Doug.
stupid kid. I'm not a doctor. My name is Doug.
You're a TV doctor.
That was our TV repairman, Doug, also known as Doc. Sorry, Doc, Doug. He's dead. Appreciate you, Dixie. Thank you. If you guys watch any of the videos with Gina Scott Williams where we're doing the tongue twisters in Dallas, Dixie actually filmed that for us. She was down there with us and acted as producer on those, and you got to give her credit. As hard as we were laughing, she managed to keep them right on us. If you haven't seen those videos, go and give them a look. They're some of my favorites. They're not doing amazingly well for some reason, but I think they're freaking hilarious, as you'll see by the way I'm laughing in them. Phone calls came through the TV. I remember that being a thing. We never had one of those TVs.
But once you got the cordless one, if you had any other TV set, it'd make the wire.
Yeah, I mean, I even remember there was the TVs that it would show you a phone call, and we had TVs that could do it. I could never.
Very fancy. If you
Well, I
had
could never make it work right.
Yeah.
I remember my first cordless phone. I think it was an AT&T.
Yeah. Bell South.
Always in Japan. Everything before was in the U.S. That's cool. Yeah, isn't it funny? I tell my daughters, like, was everything made in China when you were a kid or made in Vietnam? And I'm like, no, honey, when I was real little, almost everything was made in the USA. TVs, and then it was made in Japan. And Japan was the huge, like, They were the ones that were eating our lunch.
Yeah, I figure everything was Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitsubishi
Well,
cars,
but
Mitsubishi
it's sharp.
appliances.
Everything was Japan for a while. Anything that was remotely electronic, they owned us. And now I don't remember the last time I saw anything that was made in Japan. What did I think about the Munster House? The videos. You're the one who visited. I just got to see what you sent that one time, but I would love to go check it out someday. The actual Munster House was at what, 1313 Mockingbird Lane? Toshiba, Gung Ho with Keaton. That was a good flick.
What was the movie about the cars made in Japan?
That was Gung Ho.
Yes, yeah, that's
Michael
it.
Keaton. Marantz, I forgot about Marantz. Dallas was fun. First time I'd ever been. Well, I'd been there once for work, but it was a very quick visit, and it was on the outskirts. Never stayed downtown. What's funny is when I was staying, I wanted to look up where the building from Dallas was, the Ewing Oil building that they used for the outside shops. And I'm like, just in case I could find it. It was literally the next building over from the hotel I was in. Yeah, Mitsubishi appliances, Mitsubishi
everything.
My one car from the 90s, the Eagle Talon, was a Mitsubishi. It was Diamond Star Autos. It was a collaboration between Chrysler and Mitsubishi. Same as Ford. The Ford Probe was a collaboration between Mazda and Ford.
Right.
If you haven't, send it to me. I'd like to see it.
I think I'll make it if I yell Kobe.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
No, it's not.
I gotta pick it up.
More savings, more flexibility. The rewarding and trusted way to buy.
Very little wine. I just realized. Usually I go through like 3 or 4 bottles.
Yeah, I remember we didn't have much of an early pop today, so they stayed home.
Eastern, and then ABC Monday. This series will be back in Oklahoma City for Game 5 on Monday night. As for Friday's game,
I know you just saw the Nintendo Switch 2 commercial, right? You want to know the bullshit about that?
Yeah. 2-1 in favor of OKC.
They can brick your device at any time. If they find out that you're doing any aftermarket anything, they can just shut your device down to where it no longer plays games. And then the games that you buy, you don't own. You can buy a physical copy of one of their games and you don't own the game.
The Switch is always good. Even like the Wii and all that shit, like they're fun for a bit.
Yeah.
You know?
They're good for kids.
You want to play Mario Kart? You know, yeah, no problem, bro. We can nasty night tonight. Get ready.
Some Smash Bros?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll teach you. I'll teach you some lessons, boy.
But that's the thing. It's like once you've played it for 900 million hours in a row, you wanna have to do yourself. You don't have to Zelda action by yourself. You know. You want to ruin your hand with a Mario Party, but I mean like that's really it. But the one for us, there was one where it was like I think it was like fishing. Like we were trying to reel the fish in, so you had to like do this.
Oh, that's like old Dragon Ball Z game where you had to spin the thing.
And I mean like literally just the middle part of the raw shit.
My
Big.
God. Pacers and fucking five.
There's 3 minutes left, but watch SJ do his thing.
Dude, I saw so many people calling like, OKC's gonna win this easy, and it's like, hold on, they just lost at home. Why would you think they're gonna win easy away?
This was the game that Indiana, if they were gonna win at home, it was this one. First team back, series tied. Caruso!
Good steal!
Wow.
That's Ernie Johnson Jr. right there.
There you go. Caruso, the GOAT.
He's out for the season.
He's got Mambas. He's got Charlotte Mambas.
I like to think those are the Kobe trade pieces.
That's it. It looks like him.
No, those aren't the Kobe trade pieces.
He even grabbed the junk right there. Look at that.
Well, maybe they are.
Well, the thing is, he got to go for the ball. He wants just to like stop him taking the shot, which in the '90s, it's just a foul.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
So when I have to turn the question.
It's not egregious to the head, though.
It goes by
Gotcha.
There's a very good chance.
Okay, but when it goes on the card, it's by the
106, 106 at 35, minus stat swipes.
Okay, that's what that was. 79. Double check.
He knows that that was a crucial mistake. Your team's up by 1. Or excuse me, up
All
by
right.
8.
So we're getting close to the moment of truth. Actually, we're past the moment of truth.
Yellow.
Still got stuff to do.
Okay.
Hey, I did leave it in there.
Oh.
I was trying to be a little sneaky, just fuck with you a little bit. But it is in there. With
We're
it.
going live to Sea Caucus.
Sorry? No, that's all you. That's all you.
You just bought your last few minutes.
Right? Give me a little bit of goodwill.
I don't see if any of the criteria for a flagrant one, in my opinion.
What about the lack of a play? He doesn't really have a shot at the basketball, Steve. That doesn't come into it here.
It'd be kind of funny if they called it a clear path foul.
Yeah. So then that's one shot and a ball, right?
Yeah. But it's also in the act of shooting, so like.
But the thing is like this, like he could have jumped up and just gone for the block and then just hacked the shit out of him. But instead he goes for the horse collar tackle.
No, see that to me, he didn't make contact with the head or anything.
No. But he
It's
wasn't.
all arm. That
But he
to
wasn't
me
going
is
for the
still a
ball.
basketball play.
It's still, it's a bad. He wasn't trying to intentionally hurt him. I wouldn't go as far as the flagrant.
So not flagrant 2.
No.
Or wait, which one is more?
I think it's two. Two's like another jet.
So the 2 is more egregious. So yeah, flagrant 1 at most.
What's going on, Linda? How are you?
Wanda, we do have contact and we do not have a follow through, so therefore it does not meet the criteria for a flagrant foul. Caruso will be on the line for 2 free throws. If it's 2 of the 3, it's a flagrant. It was
Look at that red head.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's
what
regular.
I'm thinking about for a wind-up, this is the wind-up.
That's got to be the first man in the history of T-Ball that is bald but still has a red head.
That's what I'm saying. And for the
You got time in Chicago, you know. You probably still got over that wind bite, you
to
know.
your players on the other end, on the other side, because now this has been a standard set. I'm surprised it's not.
Chicago, LA, OKC, he spent too much time in the sun.
Yep.
Instead of 2 free throws in possession, it's 2 enormous free throws for Caruso, who's a little bit shaken up on the point. Both teams still have multiple timeouts remaining. Caruso 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, couple of steals. Usually in situations, he's on the floor. Crunch time, both those two.
Indiana 14 fouls, Oklahoma City 3.
Caruso.
Back to 6.
Clean. That's clean. Jump.
Wow, corner was wide open.
That's going to be a
Like he may have been out of bounds when he had connection with the ball.
That's going to be the review.
That's Indiana's ball.
That's 2 straight turnovers.
It's off the glass.
In the under 3 minutes.
That could be either one.
They're on his butt.
Oh, never mind.
OKC ball with 16 remaining.
But what did he?
He looked like he shuffled. Big block!
Turner.
Big block! Get that shit!
Swarming.
Get it out of here! And it's their
Chet
ball?
just got sun.
Hey, that's the greatest fucking marketing. Yes, sir! Get that!
Extra
Get
pass.
it! Oh, man.
Caruso's open.
Give it to EJ.
Ooh, I'm surprised when he tried all the contact there.
Big. Hold on to it.
One-on-one.
Or that works. That works.
Over. This game is over.
And the residents of Indiana go wild.
Buyer Service Now platform connects every corner of your business with AI.
Give it about 20 minutes. I bet there's a Pat McAfee episode.
Autonomous minions that you control. Well, Jim's agents resolve simple customer issues, and Patton's agents flag network problems. But you all have agents? Oh yeah, and on the Service Now platform, everyone's agents work together so everything works better. And I have agents?
No, they put Superman a couple times. That's almost down. Superman and bad guys too.
Don't forget, there's almost online. Well, identity.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back. You get medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. It's the biggest deal in breakfast. Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
For Turner, it has not been a brilliant game, but it has been a timely game. This guy is a brilliant shot. Watch him stay.
That's 2-in-1 possession.
This is about a decade in the league. You don't have a great game, you just keep playing.
The longest tenured Pacers waited in their career to get a finals game at home for this fans. People talk about second effort. If you're in the finals, it takes a third, a fourth, a fifth effort sometimes on one possession. Williams drives and draws a foul. Easter just picked up his fifth. Smart move from
Hold the ball.
They can score the clock stop. Turnovers always a key story in Thunder games, but this
Yeah, hold the ball.
it's
Play
a negative
defense.
case of 19 turnovers that have led to 21 points.
They give them, I think, 3 days in between games.
7 days off between games. Stupidest thing. Finals takes a month to take everything for 7 games.
This is going to turn it all through the sit down.
I mean, that kind of takes away from we're trying to wear them out type gameplay.
There he
Did
is.
they used to have back-to-backs in the finals?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Finals would last a week and a half at max.
If you're Indiana, don't foul, don't give up threes. Those are the only things. Right now, you're able to get points on the board
OG.
without the clock moving. Do not foul, do not give up threes.
I think the finals is always 7, but the first 2 rounds are like
Always
7
been
or
best of
5.
7. First round used to be best of 5. First round used to, yeah, they need to just hold the ball here. They need to just hold the ball for the
Kill
24.
clock. Kill clock. Kill clock.
Court Abbott.
Fakes, spins back out, Halliburton off the drive. Goes up a shot, no good.
That's perfectly fine. And I honestly don't care about that. That could send them to the free throw line, that's 2. It's not a clear path, that's only 2. They need 3s. They need 3s.
But again, we just mentioned, do not foul. So he fakes the foul. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think that was a bit of a foul. That was one that was missed. But you gotta keep playing. You gotta keep playing. All the emotion, all that
I
stuff.
wonder if Neesmith just fouled out.
But you gotta keep playing. That was on Neesmith. So he is fouled out of the game with
There he goes.
35-7 remaining.
Good thing they got Matherin.
That's 8 free throws here for Jalen Williams at OKC. And here's the number. There's 6 free throws. 21 of 26.
I gotta say a hefty hell yeah, man. Thanks for letting me hang out.
Still got stuff going on.
Hey, this could last another 20 minutes. You never
Yeah, well,
know.
then I won't be here. Manny's watching. Well, you got the guy. Oh, he does. The delivery guy lets himself out.
Yeah, he can lock in. He's fine.
All right, sorry to disappear on you guys as I was closing out.
Last call.
Tony Randall, the odd couple, yep.
Dun, 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 down. You know the ones where it's like you're inside.
Guys, I appreciate you guys so much. Rob, dude, if there's an MVP tonight, it's all you, my friend. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Everybody's cool. Appreciate the support. Texas girls are the best. There's more than a couple of you in here from what I can tell.
At least we'll know you're responsible for it.
Right. I mean, they have certain companies that are bonded. They can stay in the building after a lot.
Appreciate you guys. I'm about to finish up. Gave up my shift for tomorrow night. Somebody asked for it, so I might go live tomorrow night to make up the difference. So keep an eye out. We'll see what happens. Last call for alcohol. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Talk to you guys soon.
It was spectacular. 25 points.
Yes, ma'am. Good song. Should play it all the time.
Barry Mardonis.
Closing time. Closing time. Thanks, Con. Appreciate you, man. Semisonic.
Yeah.
Sound. Everybody always confused it with Green Day for some reason. We got that same kind of sound. Peace out, guys. See ya.